I use art a lot for mental health, as you all know. I mean, that's why I put mental health in my title and stuff, because I feel like a lot of men would never touch anything like this or do anything like this. And I'm trying to raise awareness of doing something like this is good for your mental health, like very good. It's accomplishing, you achieve something at the end of it, and it's very good for you, like genuinely. Or at the very least, I will turn around and say it's been very good for me. You have a Spider-Man. I just googled quite deep in the images. It was a Spider-Man and Hulk standing at urinal. Yeah, I know the one. I don't have that one, but yeah, I've got one. Like I say, I'll show it to you in a bit. Number 3. Yeah, so I'd like to show that, because some people think that painting would be, oh god, couldn't stand there doing that. But then you've got this style of doing it as well. What I'll show you in a bit. But I also found myself, like I said, do you remember, those of you who are my regulars will know this. Do you remember me telling you that one of the reasons why I did, I think some people would find very therapeutic? Yeah, exactly. Remember me telling you all a while ago that the reason I do paint by numbers is because my wife bought me superhero colouring books, right? And then I couldn't choose the colours because I just couldn't make the choice. And therefore I didn't actually do them. Well, a couple of days ago, I was watching Designated Survivor, which is amazing, by the way, right? Properly amazing. I'm heavily into it because I've been watching a lot of TV series and films. Just to segue off that for a second, I've been watching a lot of TV series and films because when I was going through the height of my depression and anxiety, I had to play games and constantly keep myself like brain active and stuff. The original movie. No, I haven't watched the original movie. The TV series with Kiefer Sutherland. I'm definitely going to find the movie though and watch that. But yeah, I couldn't make decisions, and I was watching that the other day, and I sat back, and I just thought, you know what? I'm not going to just sit here and make choices. If I want to do it in whatever colours I'm going to do it in, I'm going to do it. Now, saying and doing are two completely different things, right? So, out of boredom, and because I'm doing all of my granddaughter's paint by numbers and other stuff on stream, I can't and won't touch the paintings until I'm streaming, right? So it kind of forces me to come in here and do that for number one, because obviously I want to get it done for my grandkids. And number two, like, there are those of you out here, most of you are in here now, that actually enjoy watching them being done, and also sitting here and having a chat while I'm doing them. So that's why I keep them specifically for the stream. So, and I noticed that it kind of left me with nothing to do when I'm not able to stream, but I still want to do something, if that makes any sense. So, actual fact, you know what? I'm going to do this now. Yes, saying and doing are two different things. For instance, my wife said 6 years ago I should go through the crap in their carriage. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Hey, Pigman, how are you? I'm doing not too bad today. To be honest, not too bad at all. Much better than I have been doing. Not great, not perfect, but much better than I have been doing. So let me just. This is something I'll show you in a minute. That one there. But I got these. A professional pencil set, which I have there, with all different colours. There's like 3 or 4 layers to them for the different colours. And then yesterday, or not yesterday, the day before, I decided, this was one of the books that my family got me. I sat there and I coloured in that. Now, it probably looks crap to most people, but that's one of my biggest achievements, because I was able to do it and not worry about the colours and just pick whatever it was that I wanted to. It took me about 45 minutes to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. I really did enjoy doing it. And I was so gutted with myself for not doing it before. Sorry, I just bumped the microphone. Looks pretty dang good from here. Thank you. I appreciate that. But like, you know, when I say to you, like, I've been suffering over the years with mental health and stuff, it's been awful. And I've found all of these little things that have made things a lot easier for me. You know, and I don't consider myself to be like a barometer for mental health. You know, everybody's niches are different, right? What I'm trying to say to you all is that I never once ever dreamed that I would sit down and put and paint a painting. And if you knew me years ago, you'd be like, Mark's doing what? You know, I'm that guy. You know, I was very much man's man, you know, only did the stuff that, you know, that men normally do. Right? And then it wasn't until my wife kind of suggested this and I tried it, and it had such and has such a profound experience on my mental health, like a lot. And I'm saying this to anybody out there that watches the video that may be unlucky enough to suffer with mental health. And I'm just telling you, you know, you can buy one of these pictures, and it doesn't matter what the picture is. You can buy one of these for like less than £10, and it can take you hours and hours to do it. And what have you got to lose? There's something I've been doing just recently, and that is just learning to take a leap of faith. Now, I'm not a religious man, unfortunately, or fortunately, as the case may be. I never have been. But taking a leap of faith, I don't look at that as just all to do with religion. I take that as doing something that you wouldn't normally do just to see the outcome. As safe stuff, I don't expect you to like jump off a building to see whether or not that's going to, you know, what that's going to do, because that would be stupid. So all within reason, but just try something new, try something different. Don't suffer. Talk to someone. Not everybody is there to judge you, and a lot of people are just there to help. And it doesn't make you any less of a man to lean on someone else. Sorry to just go off on like a bit of a tangent there. It's just that I know quite a few people that have mental health issues, because when you start getting into this, Christ, and I don't mean getting into it like it's a hobby to get depression and stuff, because it's not. But when you get into this hole, it is hard to see the wood through the trees. And there are more people than you realise that are in exactly the same boat as you. They just shut up and don't say nothing. And a problem shared truly is a problem halved. So yeah, that's the chat with Uncle Mark. There we go. What do you mean? My hobby is depression. Mr. Tactical Pig, how you doing? No, I'm just saying, you know, a lot of men seem to feel like they have to deal with things alone because I'm a man, you know. And most men, I guess, would look at me and go, well, you know, you're not a man, you know, you shouldn't be doing this and doing that. And that's fine. That's your opinion. Genuinely, that's your opinion. And I hope that you never suffer with mental health diseases, problems. And I hope you blissfully, unawarely blunder through life and have a great life. So I'm more speaking to the people that aren't and that don't and that do suffer. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. It's just, as most of you know, it's so close to my heart and my own experience. And I, like, do you know why I go on about it sometimes, especially on here? Because I did a lot of research online, you know, trying to get help for this kind of thing. And YouTube, for argument's sake, right? Oh, well, we can help you with this, we can help you with that. Just pay $9.99 a month in subscription and we can give you all the help you need. Now, don't get me wrong. Oh, the worst part of depression for me is not being able to enjoy things I love the most, like games and my favourite songs, you know. Mate, I'm completely and utterly with you. This is one of the reasons why I'm in here doing this right now. because obviously, like with pain and everything else that I've had for the last couple of weeks and whatever, also depression's kicking back in. That's why I decided to kick myself in the backside, get in here and do it. And I understand it completely. You all the things that you used to love doing, you can't do no more, and it's horrible. So one of the reasons why is I know a lot of men are probably never going to watch this. You know, the hope is that in the fact that I tag it mental health as well, is that maybe one day somebody will be sitting there and then the video will scroll on to the next one and it'll be mine, and then somebody can hear me speaking and it's like, wow, maybe I should give it a try. What's the harm in it? And I don't just mean men, women too. I don't discriminate, and nor does mental health. It's good to get on here and chat, buddy. Strong but true words, buddy. Yeah, exactly. You know, I just, yeah. I think from the heart now, I think the worst part of my personal mental health. Oh, thank you. I'm mentally stable. Well, that's good. I think the hardest part for me on this has been the loneliness. I've always been a sociable person, like always. And depression and anxiety want to keep you on your own. It's designed to do that. And I think that was one of the worst things for me. Quite honestly. Which is why whenever I see it happen to myself now, I just give myself a kick up the arse. Boom. Come on. And like I keep saying to you, if today's not the day, great. No problem. You retreat. But you're trying again tomorrow, soldier. Women are typically more encouraged to seek mental health remedies than men. So there is a giant vacuum for men. Yeah, I agree. I've been very careful as well not to turn around and say the stuff that I take, the stuff that I personally buy to help with my situation. There are quite a few things. I've actually started taking something just recently called sea moss gel in capsules. I did try the gel and the gel worked brilliantly, but it's so expensive that I couldn't afford it. So I've been buying sea moss capsules, and for my life they've made a profound difference. Like, you don't all know this yet, but by now most of you, especially my regulars, would know this. I would have been complaining about being tired, right? By now. It's one of my biggest things. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired today. Oh, I'm so knackered. Oh, I didn't sleep very well. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm always looking for a way to get to sleep. But not no more. Don't get me wrong. I'm not 100%. But, yeah, I did some research into a guy that was killed in prison. Dr. Sebi, I believe his name is. Sebi. And when you hear, if there's anybody of interest out there that wants to hear it, go and check it out. I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't take it. Don't take it as me, you know, advocating that you do. All I can tell you is it's had a very profound effect on me. Hugely. But yeah. Let's get that bit there. Perfect. I always feel like I'm preaching about something or another these days. I don't mean to keep doing it. It just seems to happen. I suppose when a subject's so close to your heart, it's hard to talk about anything else. Just like with my wife, like I used to wake up in the mornings and she's like, "You all right?" "No, I don't feel very well. Oh, I feel like this, I feel like that, blah, blah, blah." And it's not because I just want to be that guy to sit there and moan all the time. It's because it's so impactful on your life. It's the only thing you can talk about. And then your friends are like, oh God, here he comes again. Oh, he's always mentioning that again. Oh, he's saying it again. And it's not because I want to or we want to. It's because it's such a major thing in our lives. It's like it's all we have to talk about. It's like if you see a great show on TV and it was amazing and you really enjoyed it, the next day you're just going to talk about it. And the reason that you're going to sit there and talk about it is because it was such a good thing to happen or a bad thing to happen. But it has been pointed out to me. I do go on a bit. I mean, who knew, right? Who knew that could be a thing? I could go on. At least there's at no point do I ever read in my comment section or wish you talk more. This is one. Mark Buddy and Co. Lovely to see you streaming again. Garish, how you doing, beautiful? I'm glad to be back here. It's not a permanent thing. I'm having a not so bad day today, stomach and pain wise and what have you. So I just decided to come in here, do some more work on my granddaughter's present, and I missed you guys like mad, like every day. Like last night, I was sitting in front of my computer and ready to press the go live button, and I couldn't because my stomach just started playing up. And today, I just thought my stomach's not been completely great today, but let's just do it and see what happens. I know you guys don't mind if I was to just pop off, just on a whim. What's this thing is women's problems often get dismissed as fantasies or something they are not. So I think we're equal. Yeah, they do. Yeah, absolutely. And it's, I don't know. I think the problem is that there are so many people out there that are grifters, right? Who take advantage of the system for personal gain. And that really hurts the people that actually have genuine problems because they don't get the help that they need because everybody suspects everybody of lying. Now, the thing is that realistically, if I was to put the bombshell in your lap, well, you cure that. You stop that from happening. You stop that from becoming a thing. You give us a way of getting around it, and then we can start to get back to helping. And I've racked my brains, and I can't think of a way of doing it. And I pride myself on being a fairly intelligent person. Look, no worries. Thank you very much, darling. Really appreciate it. I know when I watch this back, I'm going to have been shouting loads because I think I'm on my old microphone and I'm not. So if I'm blowing anybody's eardrums out, I genuinely apologise. I've shouted for so long that it's kind of becoming second nature now. I'm realising that I don't have to. However, women typically aren't ostracised for admitting that they need help the way that men are generally are. But yes, of course. Absolutely. That's another thing. And the problem is when we start talking about subjects like this, it feels like a competition between men and women. And it's not. If anything, all we're doing is just outlining it from both sides. Get a little bit done here. Oh wait, I'm AFK. I'll give you that. Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's funny, but not funny. But on Stephen Hawking's deathbed, he said that mental health, depression, and suicide will be the biggest thing, the next biggest thing that happens to the human race. Very intelligent guy. You know, I know depression was around, you know, back in world wars and stuff, and when we were all starving and didn't have enough money and didn't know where the next meal was coming from. But I don't know, I wasn't there, right? But it seems to me that people would have had more things to worry themselves about than living in their head. So depression really wasn't something that the human could afford, and they just had to get on and do. And you can't help thinking that the fact that the thrill of the chase is gone now because everything's too accessible, that maybe it's not as good for us as what we think. The new people. It really is, isn't it? Really well. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we should go back to it. Those times, but they do work very fast. Makes other people look like scumbags even more than they actually are. I don't know. I was saying to my missus last night, funnily enough, I said, I'm getting older. I feel like an older man now. I feel like it in body, but I'm also starting to feel it more in mind now. And the things that I sit and think about, as opposed to what I used to sit and think about, you can just tell the difference the older you get, and the things that you would never have even thought of and discussed before actually become quite prevalent these days, you know. And then you hear the jokes when they turn around and say, "Oh, back in my day it was like this," and then they're kind of lambasted for it and made a joke out of and whatever else. And it kind of makes you think that this change hasn't been as slow as what we think it has. And the things that we've become accustomed to, that we really shouldn't be accustomed to, but we've done it because it's happened so slowly over time. But it feels to me like things are accelerating, and it feels like something big's coming, and I don't think it's going to be good.